Hi guys, welcome to day 16. In this session we're going to do 5 forms. So here I just created a new file called 6.html. So in this form in this page I have designed a form, small form with 3 input box and 1 submit button. Right, this submit button can be presented as like input type is equal to submit, or else you can go with a button. Okay, button type equal to submit, or simply button value is submit. You can do like, right? So here I just given this 4 form fields. So let me use some sort of attributes, okay, which is very useful for you while developing a big form, and which is used for validation also, right? So let me run this. See, this is a run mode of this file. First thing which we going to see is placeholder. See, while running this form, we have this title like first name or last name or qualification, but we don't know how to enter this. For example, if you are searching in Google, you can find search here like that, the content in the box. So for that, just I am giving space placeholder, right? In placeholder I'm just giving the content which is very useful for viewers or users of our form, right? Enter your first name, right? So just save the form. Let me run it. Yes. So here we have this content, but when I click inside, this content won't take as a real content, right? So here I just giving my name. Okay, that placeholder content is only for a hint for a user, right? So that content is not original, but it is for giving a fine guide for the users. The next one is autofocus. See, for second text box I am just giving autofocus attribute, right? Just save it, come here, refresh. You can find, even though this was the first input box, the focus is automatically given for the second box, because we have given autofocus for the second box. Okay, when the form is loaded, it automatically focused on the field which we have given as a autofocus, that is autofocus, right? So we can go to next attribute, that is autocomplete. You may come across this attribute autocomplete while filling some sort of forms in online. If you start to type, you will be getting the content which is already typed in that form. For example, if your login inside Gmail means, you will be having the earlier input. If you have logged in with any other Gmail account means, you will be shown with the options, okay, by means of your earlier login history, right? For that we can use this autocomplete. See, we have given autocomplete for this qualification. Just I am giving CA, right? Submit. So if really I am submitting the form means this content will be automatically saved in our local browser. When you start to type again the next time means it will be automatically completed. Okay, try it out for this option. If sometimes it will be very irritating for people who are registering the thing or who are filling that particular form again and again means it will be seems like very irritating because the earlier content will be automatically shown at the bottom. So on that time you just change this autocomplete option into off. If you give like this means it won't trigger any earlier content in the bottom, right? So next one is required. I'm just copying this and doing here. So let me make age. This I'm removing autofocus. So here I'm going to give required, right? Required means without entering this age text box, without any content in this age text box, the form won't be submitted. So that's the thing required. This form is compulsory filled, should be filled. See here, age. Okay, without, if I am entering all these things but without entering the age, I am just submitting the form means it will show please fill out this field. Okay, all these things like autocomplete, autofocus, required, right? So all these things is available in JavaScript. So we using JavaScript is mainly for validation purpose, but in HTML5 it is already given inside the table itself, I mean form field itself, right? So in that form field we will be having these sort of attributes which is very easy and plug and play, right? We don't want to write some big lines of codes in JavaScript, so this is very easy way. Let me create input box for mobile number. So mobile number, so input type is equal to, let it be text. Okay, here we can give pattern. Usually mobile number will be in numbers, that is 0 to 9, and up to 10 characters we can enter, right? So it won't go more than 10, or it won't be like below 10, right? So for that we want to give this square bracket. Inside the square bracket we want to give 0 to 9. So this particular text box will accept numbers from 0 to 9, right? So then in flower bracket we can give 10 digit. Okay, it was like a rule, we are writing rule, this text box should contain 10 numbers. It should be accurately 10, not less than 10 or more than 10. So that is pattern. So let me go and check here, right? So here I'm just giving like this and submitting. Okay, this is required field. Please match the requested format, right? So now I'm giving more than 10. Submit. Please match the requested format. So now I will give, now the content is submitted, right? So action is not given, so it will be just refreshed, the data will be refreshed. This we will consider it as submitted. Okay, so now this is pattern. Okay, we can use this pattern for password also. So in case of password, we want to give, for example, okay, we want to give 4 characters, 1 uppercase, numbers. For that we just combine like this. So numbers, we can have 3 numbers. For characters, A to Z, I mean small alphabet, it should be at least, or no, not at least, it should be 3. Okay, again we can give like this, capital A to capital Z, right? It should be at least 1. Okay, this is format which can be used for giving password, right? But here ours is mobile number, so let it be like this, right? So next one is, after mobile number, we can give another one very interesting input box is, let we give age in another format. So we have a restriction, age restriction. Okay, so inside this age restriction, I am just providing this input, but the type is number, right? So for registration, I am just fixing the age should be between 1 to 15. So the age should be below 15. Okay, so here let me see the result. Refresh. Okay, when I give number in the type, so this thing will be given. See here, I can increase by 1 by 1. So here 15, even though increasing after 15, it will be increased 27, 28, similar to that. Okay, but I need to restrict people below 15 itself. So I can give like this for restriction. So let it be minimum age is 8, right? So maximum age is 15. Okay, just save it, refresh. Okay, when I start to click here, it will start only from 8 because minimum age is 8. Okay, so when it reach 15, it won't increase. So after 15, because we just given this as max value, okay, it won't go below 8 also. By this way we can restrict the content of user, right? This is number. So we have another thing like okay, we just hiding this age bar. Okay, hidden simply. Okay, save it, and for this just I am removing this. Instead of removing this, if I have given this inside label, means we have another one, and tag is label, right? I hope you remember label, right? So inside label we can give this thing. Okay, remove this break. Here hidden. Okay, save. Now come here and refresh. So that age set have been hidden out, right? So we can hide particular thing by using hidden attribute, right? Next attribute is we can use input type is equal to tell. So it means it mentions telephone. Okay, it automatically takes the action which we have given here, right? So that is tell. So we have another one option is email. So here we don't want to mention like that should be a dot or that should be an @ symbol here. So you just blindly give it as email. It automatically accepts only in the format of email types. Okay, so next one we have very simple, similar to this tell and email, is URL, right? So when I give this URL, it automatically takes the format of the URL, right? You don't want to give this sort of patterns and all. But if you want to mention or if you want to use apart from these kinds of options, you can go with a pattern like a password. So we have another type, input type is password. For this password, we want to mention pattern. Okay, password. The main usage of this password is it will shows the text inside that text box will be shown in the form of dots. Okay, so that is password. So we have another one option, date. So input type is equal to very simple date. Okay, just save it. And before moving on to see the result, let me see another one for date itself. So date, we can give value, right? So value, so I'm just giving today's date 07/19. You can see the difference between this date and this date, right? Save, go, refresh. Right, let me give some breaks here. Break. Refresh. Okay, now I don't know what are the input type I have given here. For this we can give placeholder so that we can easily find what is the thing which I have used for this particular input box. Just I'm using this for our reference only. According to your need, you can use this placeholder. So for this we don't want placeholder because it already shows date. Alright, so this is for tell, email and URL. So this is for telephone, this is for email ID. While submitting you will be caught with error here, right? So here password, so it shows in dot. Here a date, we have given two types of date. So for this you can choose like this. Okay, but initially it will come with some default format, date format, but here I have given value, so I want to start with this value only. So this value is applied here. This is a date. So next one is range, so that is input type is equal to range. For range you can give this min and max, which we have given already for number, right? So min, I'm just giving this range is for selecting salary range is from 1 lakh, max 2 lakh. Just I'm giving like this. Okay, when I execute this range, it will come with a bar. Okay, you just see the result, right? So you will be getting one range bar. So here for this we can use it for select price range, In e-commerce, in Amazon, Flipkart and all, you might seen this option. You can select the range, price range from this to that. Okay, for that purpose we can use this range. So the task of the day is try to create your own form. It will be for employee registration or student registration, might be anything of your own. You just create it in your sample website itself, right? We have already provided with the header, right? So we have already created header. So in that header, and we have also added one menu bar. Okay, in that menu bar you just add this form registration, right? So when I click on registration, it should be shown with the registration form. You can create your registration form to your creativity. You can add images, you can add background, you can add some sort of content, okay? But use these things. And also the form elements which I have discussed already, like select box, check box, radio button, include all those things with this necessary add-on HTML5 attributes, right? So do it and submit it in the task section in our web panel. And thank you so much. I catch you in next session. Thank you.